Good morning, I'm Maddie Jansen, and this is the podcast of 17 News at Sunrise. It's everything you need to know to start your day in about 15 minutes.
In the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Sunrise.
Good morning. Right now at 5, County Public Health announces it will no longer enforce the governor's stay-at-home order. So what does that mean? Local officials weigh in, and we want to know what you think about this step toward reopening.
New free testing sites open up today across Kern County. We'll tell you where and how to get an appointment if you need to get screened.
For high school seniors, many rites of passage have been canceled. That'll never get back. But for athletes counting on spring season to bring them a scholarship, what's next? We talked to a local pole vaulter about how he's using this time to propel himself into his future on this Monday, May 4th, 2020.
Good morning. Good to have everyone with us on this Monday and coming to you from my home once again. I'm Maddie Jansen. Good to have you with us. Alex Fisher holding down the fort in downtown Bakersfield. Kevin Shred at his home in Southwest Bakersfield. And guys, it was such a beautiful weekend. Those wildflowers up in my area and like the Caliente area right now are just prime time to go check those out. If you haven't seen them yet in person, it's really worth it. I mean, it'll brighten anyone's spirits during this time.
Yeah, it was absolutely beautiful weekend. Windy, too.
Oh, yeah, you were
very
sending me
windy.
some pictures. Yeah, it was a little windy in the mountains. There was a light breeze here in the valley. We won't see that so much today. I bet you Maddie actually was driving down here with a little bit of wind, but that should relax as we go throughout the day here. Temperatures, Alex and Maddie, have been very nice. They were nice over the weekend. Yesterday's high was 80 degrees. You can't beat that. 80 degrees is just perfect this time of year, and that's where we should be. That's our normal. Our record of 102 set back in 1966, and we will be on a warming trend here, but overall, not bad. You'll see it on the extended forecast coming up. 56 in Bakersfield right now with a north-northwest wind at 5, so a light breeze here in the valley, and you can see as we go throughout the day on this Monday, we will rise into the lower 80s once again, so very nice and comfortable and near normal. Now for the Tehachapi area, you're at 46 currently with a west-northwest wind at 9. So the winds are starting to pull back, and you can see that on our current winds. A little bit breezy through the 58 over into the Mojave area, and you can see no watches or warnings for Kern County at this time. The wind advisory is canceled out, and temperatures are expected in the upper 60s for the mountains today. So overall, beautiful weather. How long is this going to last, and is there any rain on the way? We'll talk more about that coming up in just a little bit. For now, we'll send it back to you.
All right, Kev, thanks so much. Your time now is 5:03, and in just a few hours, Kern Public Health will hold a live briefing to discuss the coronavirus crisis here in Kern County. As it stands now, there are 1,015 total confirmed cases. That includes 10 non-residents. Most of those infected have recovered. 8 people have died. 5 have died in the past 2 weeks. 7,100 tests have come back negative, and the department is waiting on results for another 3,800. Here's a look at the curve, and our current peak was April 9th. That was nearly a month ago. There were 63 cases that day. However, dozens of new cases are being added each day. Now taking a look at where the cases are spread across Kern County. As you can see, 115 cases are in the region known as the Valley, 285 cases in the region known as Bakersfield West, 563 cases in the area known as Bakersfield East, which also includes Oildale, Lamont, and Arvin. 23 cases in the mountains and 19 in the desert. And it's important to remember that while the Bakersfield East region has nearly double the amount of cases, it also has the most densely populated area here on this map.
Kern County is one step closer to reopening. Over the weekend, Public Health announced it will no longer enforce the governor's stay-at-home order. But what does that mean? Back on April 2nd, Public Health issued an order saying the county will enforce the statewide order by issuing fines, jail time, or both to non-essential businesses that decided to stay open in violation of the governor's mandate. This weekend, the department rescinded that order. In a statement, Public Health said, "We want businesses to open safely and responsibly and as quickly as possible when the governor lifts and modifies his order." To be clear, the governor's order remains in place and you are still asked to follow social distancing guidelines until Governor Gavin Newsom officially modifies them.
In a nutshell, I think what the governor's order was attempting to do was the hospital. We have more people now that have recovered from COVID-19, thankfully, that are isolating at home. But here's a reminder that the governor's order is still in effect, but how it will be enforced, we're not so sure.
State Senator Shannon Grove calls the decision a responsible way to move forward. We're expecting to hear new details in this morning's public health briefing. Again, that's set for 10 a.m.
And that is the subject of this morning's 17 interactive feedback poll. Today we are asking you, do you agree with Kern County's decision to no longer enforce stay-at-home orders? Press 1 for yes, 2 for no. You can also go to our KGET Facebook page to vote in today's poll. And you can also call or text us at 888-4617. We'll air some of your comments and have the first results from today's poll coming up at 5:30.
Coming up this week, officials are preparing to offer free tests at a new testing site here in Kern County to those who think they might have the coronavirus. Drive-through testing will soon be available at the Richard Prado Senior Center just off Mount Vernon Avenue near Heritage Park. County Supervisor Leticia Perez will be on hand for the opening of the new testing site. For now, the county says it's following state health department guidelines and testing people with symptoms or healthcare workers. The Kern County Fairgrounds will also have a testing site, and people in Mojave will be able to get a test at the Veterans Memorial Building on O Street. You can schedule appointments on kerncounty.com.
This weekend, hundreds of visitors packed the Lake Isabella area seeking relief from the hot weather. We want to show you some video of what it looked like yesterday. Now, you may remember it looked similar last weekend with visitors getting out to cool off. We spoke to local business owners in the Lake Isabella area, and most of them say despite the governor's stay-at-home order, they're getting an influx of business, and they don't believe it's putting their safety at risk.
To be honest with you, I as long as they are taking precautions like masks, gloves, staying 6 feet away from other people, I don't see a problem with it. We've had people come in with and without masks, and we've been fine.
Most businesses we spoke to say they're unfazed by the extra visitors. Meanwhile, some residents say they're concerned because visitors aren't observing social distancing and putting others at risk.
The time now is 5:07, and happening today, registration begins for all schools in the Greenfield Union School District, but it's going to look a little different this year. That's because they're switching to online registration. You can register online using any device, including your phone. You can take photos of any document you need, like birth certificates or immunization records, and upload them to the system. Once parents enroll, the school will contact parents and make an appointment for them to come to the office and complete the final steps. You can find all of this info on our website, kget.com.
And starting today, the Greenfield Union School District says it is changing meal service times in order to reduce the time families and employees are exposed to the outdoor heat. The district will offer free meals for kids between 2 and 18 years old between 10 to 11:30 a.m. Monday through Thursday. For a full list of the school campuses distributing meals, you can visit our website, kget.com.
Sendoff is proudly supported by San Joaquin Construction Services.
Many Golden Empire seniors having had their sporting careers cut short, KGET and San Joaquin Construction Services decided to team up and recognize our local athletes.
In our first installment of senior sendoffs, we're saluting Jarrett Lowe, a pole vaulter at Frontier High School. 17's Taylor Schaub is live with more on how Jarrett is making the most of a missed opportunity. Good morning, Taylor.
Good morning, Alex. And that's right, Jared Lowe was set to have a standout senior season. After breaking his high school record as a junior, he was all set to go until, well, the senior season didn't happen, and he had to make the most of that opportunity.
Jesse Owens in the 100-meter. The world's most superb runner makes the others look as if they're walking.
The great Jesse Owens once said, "One chance is all you need." But what happens when that chance is taken from you?
I was looking forward to track season the whole year. That's it. That's all I wanted was track season.
After breaking his high school record, Jared Lowe was hoping to soar to new heights during his senior season at Frontier High.
This was supposed to be my breakout year, and I was supposed to get a big improvement this year, which I was hoping would open up a lot of doors in college.
But after the coronavirus outbreak shut down his school, his opportunity to compete and earn a scholarship to Cal State Long Beach ended.
We were really counting on this year's track season to hopefully achieve a scholarship.
And so after it got canceled, I just didn't really know what to do. It was extremely sad, and I'm taking all of that, taking all the emotions from it, all of the heartbreaks, the anger, all of the training I did, and I'm taking it and holding on to it until I might get that next chance.
And even during this shelter-in-place mandate, Lowe refuses to let any senioritis slip in, instead choosing to serve as an essential worker here at Walmart.
He still has to be an essential worker and go and stock shelves every day so that people can get their groceries.
I have like the best opportunity to be helping people out.
And though that final season won't come to fruition, this senior won't let even the worst of times spoil his love of the sport.
I just have a bigger drive now, just a bigger drive to get better. I want to work more just because I know that the next time that I will be able to compete, it's going to be outstanding for me.
And Lowe has already enrolled in Bakersfield College for the fall semester and hopes to continue his pole vaulting career there. And if you'd like to honor your senior athlete, you can go to kget.com and go to the senior sendoffs page, upload a photo and a short bio, and they will have the opportunity to maybe be featured here on KGET. In Southwest Bakersfield, Taylor Schaub, 17 News.
All right, Taylor, thanks so much. Still to come this morning on Sunrise, a Bakersfield neighborhood rallies together.
Their message for those feeling alone during this time, plus frontline workers working in healthcare. That's still ahead. Welcome back. The time now is 5:20. A Bakersfield neighborhood rallied together this weekend to spread a little positivity. Residents at the River Oaks neighborhood hosted a car parade honoring frontline workers. They also say they wanted to find a way to lift the spirits of those struggling with the stay-at-home orders Sunday afternoon.
It all just kind of blossomed, and it's kind of a grassroots thing between a few neighbors, and it took off. And as you can see now, we've got fire trucks, Bakersfield PD, all kinds of car clubs who've become part of this.
Organizers say they held the event as a way to also say thank you to local healthcare workers and first responders. Panda Express made a huge donation to our local frontline workers this weekend, and the gesture did not go unnoticed. Panda Express donated meals for medical workers at Dignity Health, Memorial Hospital, Mercy Downtown, and Mercy Southwest, serving those who treat the youngest and sickest in our community. Medical workers like Jennifer Wickman say the delivery was a sweet surprise for her and her colleagues.
It really makes us feel like what we're doing is benefiting the community. Like, we feel like they understand the hard work we're putting in, and they're here to support us no matter what, so we appreciate that.
A spokesperson says the food donations are made to support the physical, mental, and emotional well-being of those working on the front lines of the COVID-19 pandemic. The time now is 5:22, and we're getting closer and closer to reopening businesses and the public in lifting restrictions. Some industries, though, won't ever go back to the way things were. Still ahead, some permanent changes you're likely to see at restaurants.
KGET Business Watch is brought to you by Grapevine MSP Technology Services, the Valley's leading IT service provider.
Welcome back. Today, another local coffee shop says it is reopening its doors, but Cloud9 Coffee Company says things will look a little different at its store. All ordering will be online, and all orders will be dropped off for you curbside or pickup. If you choose curbside pickup, they will bring your order out to your car. If you choose pickup, they'll set it outside their front door for you. They will have coffee, tea, pastries, and merchandise available for sale. Meantime, happening tomorrow, Cafe Spin says it will open its doors again. There are two locations in town, one on 18th Street in downtown Bakersfield and the other at Buena Vista Road in southwest Bakersfield. Both spots will offer takeout and curbside pickup, Plus, there will be limited seating, but social distancing will be enforced for all customers. And if that's not enough, another local coffee shop is opening up again tomorrow. Dagny's was one of many shops in downtown that closed because of the pandemic. On Instagram, the coffee company says after more than a month, they'll be back open tomorrow. But there will be changes. The coffee shop says customers are being asked to wear a mask. They're going to make sure distancing is possible, and they're not accepting cash for now. Today, the Kern Economic Development Corporation is holding a virtual fireside chat to discuss the impact of COVID-19 on the local economy. CSUB economists will talk about the state of our economy in Kern County and how soon we can expect to return the same employment levels we had before the pandemic. It's happening today at 2 p.m. We will be streaming it live on our KGET Facebook page. One industry particularly hard hit by the COVID-19 shutdown is anxious for a full reopening: restaurants. And although the atmosphere in these businesses will be far different from what it was before the outbreak, details from Chris Clackham.
Some restaurants aren't that optimistic about recovering from the widespread state of shutdown.
I can't really envision a restaurant where people have their mouths covered and everybody's wearing gloves.
There will be changes going forward, and some for the better.
The fact of being more safe, more sanitary, and I think that is a good thing.
I'm wondering how many will learn to pivot and be able to deal with a better delivery system, better online ordering.
Many, if not most, restaurants are doing takeout or delivery only right now, while planning operational changes to be ready when the lockdown's lifted, like at Firebird's Wood Fire Grill.
As you would come in the dining room normally, we would hold the door open for you, so you're not touching the handle. We're evaluating different plexiglass or shields right around the host stand. You sit down, there'll be nothing on the table, so no condiments, no salt and peppers, etc. You'll be handed a disposable menu that we'll recycle once you're through.
There will also be physical changes.
We're certainly suggesting that our restaurateurs pay attention to the 6-foot distancing to make sure that the groups are of a certain size, the distance between seating is of a sufficient distance.
The industry's also asking its army of servers to be patient, hopefully for only a short while longer. Chris Clackham, NBC News.
Coming up in the next half hour here on Sunrise, could a COVID-19 vaccine be less than 6 months away? What the president is now saying about the research still ahead.